So in this video, we're going to talk about two of the more common postural dysfunctions in the Saliva postural classification system. The two are vertical posterior and posterior posterior. So what does that mean? It doesn't make any sense, right? So I have these yoga blocks. The top yoga block is going to be the rib cage, and the bottom yoga block is going to be the pelvis. I'm going to exaggerate it. This is not necessarily, some people are exaggerated like this, but for the most part, it's more subtle on people. So I'm going to try and mimic on my body what I'm doing with the yoga block. So hopefully you'll understand a little better. So with vertical posterior, the rib cage is vertically centered over the pelvis. And then the rib cage is also posteriorly tipped on top of the pelvis, okay? And conversely, posterior posterior is the rib cage is posterior to the pelvis and vertically tipped as well. So this is that almost hyperextension posturing, okay? So we have vertical posterior and we have posterior posterior. Now, let me show you how to do a correction, and I'm only going to show you the posterior posterior correction because the correction for vertical posterior is kind of wrapped up in the posterior posterior correction. So I like to put a hand on the chest, hand on the stomach. I am posterior posterior. Now to correct this, I want to take a big breath in to off weight my rib cage away from my pelvis. So I take a big breath in. Now I want to find my feet, get my weight over the arches of my feet, kind of use my peripherals until I start to see my feet. I'm there, I find the weight on the arches, and then I want to let my stomach relax down away from my rib cage, down into my pelvis. So that's kind of hard to do. It's okay if you don't do it perfectly, but now I'm relaxing my stomach. And let's say I still have that breath in, and then as I breathe out, I want to relax the front of my chest down so that I correct that posterior tipping to be more vertical. So now I am in more of a vertical stacked position that's more efficient. And that's it.